I'm Bree. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about my May TBR or May book menu, whatever you want to call it. I sometimes like book menu just because I feel like it's a little lower pressure. I tend to make really long TBR lists and then get stressed out if I don't finish them. But anyway, it is AAPI Heritage Month, so I'm going to be focusing on trying to read mostly AAPI authors this month. And then I also happen to have quite a few arcs by AAPI authors, so I'm going to put most of my energy towards those, I think. Let's talk about them. Let's dive in. First of all, I have an arc for Black Salt Queen by Samantha Bansil. This is sounds like a queer romantasy. The description says, Hara Duja Gatdula, queen of the island nation of Mainara, holds the divine power to move the earth, but her strength is failing and the line of succession gives her little comfort. Her heir, Leia, is a danger, a petty and passionate princess who wields the enormous power of the skies with fickle indifference. Each woman has a secret weakness, a lover, a heartbreak, a lie, but each is willing to pay the steepest price to bring down her rivals once and for all. Filled with passion, romance, betrayal, and divine magic, Black Salt Queen journeys to a gorgeous pre-colonial island nation where women and secrets reign. It sounds really good. I'm really excited for this one. This is one of the bindery books, and the cover is stunning. I also have an arc for Local Heavens. This is one of my most anticipated releases for this year. I've been following the author on TikTok for quite a while, and the book is a queer cyberpunk retelling of The Great Gatsby. For some reason, I'm a sucker for retellings of The Great Gatsby. I can't tell you why that is. I don't feel like I have a special connection to that book or anything, but I feel like the retellings I have read have been so good, and it provides such a great foundation for other books. So I'm pumped for this. The description says, New York City, 2075, Filipino-American Nick Carraway has just moved to the heart of the fractured New Americas, where he's struck by the city's contradictions. Shining corporate towers casting bleak shadows over the slums of a crumbling middle class. When Nick meets alluring new money Jay Gatsby, he falls for Gatsby's frank charm and confident aura. But in a city where the wealthy flaunt tech-enhanced bodies to cheat death, surfaces aren't all they seem. And as a corporate-sanctioned cyberspace hacker, Nick knows that no secret can stay buried forever. He's the reason they don't. And his latest assignment, investigate Gatsby himself. I think this is gonna be so fun. I just can't wait. This might be the first one I read, to be honest. I also have the arc for Wet Hunger by Catherine Dang. This one comes out in August. The description says, a haunting coming-of-age tale following the daughter of Vietnamese immigrants, Ronnie Nguyen, as she grapples with the weight of generational trauma while navigating the violent power of teenage girlhood, for fans of Jennifer's Body and Little Fires Everywhere. Now, those comps specifically are what drew me to this one, because what? Listen, I need more things to be compared to Jennifer's Body. I will read anything that is compared to Jennifer's Body, but I just need to see what this particular combo looks like. Another stunning cover on this one. I can't wait. Can't wait. And then the final arc that I want to read this month is Immaculate Conception by Ling Ling Huang. I loved Ling Ling Huang's first book, Natural Beauty, so I've been very much looking forward to this one. It comes out actually May 13th, so everyone will be able to read it during AAPI month. But it says, from the author of Natural Beauty, set in the fiercely competitive art world, a novel about an obsessive friendship upended by cutting-edge technology purported to enhance empathy and connection. I've only heard good reviews about this so far. Some of my mutuals on TikTok have read it and loved it, so I can't wait. I can't wait. I honestly feel so grateful looking at this list of books that I have access to right now. I'm so excited to get into them. And then as far as books that are not arcs that I'm hoping to get to this month, we'll see. First on my list is Sharks in the Time of Saviors by Kauai Strong Washburn. I actually discovered it because I stalked it for my bookstore. I had been looking for more Native Hawaiian and Pacific Islander authors to stock in my shop, and this book sounded right up my alley. It's literary fiction plus magical realism. The description says, in 1995, Kailua Kona, Hawaii, on a rare family vacation, 7-year-old Nainoa Flores falls overboard on a cruise ship into the Pacific Ocean. When a shiver of sharks appears in the water, everyone fears for the worst. But instead, Noah is gingerly delivered to his mother in the jaws of a shark, marking his story as the stuff of legends. And Noah's family, struggling amidst the collapse of the sugarcane industry, hails his rescue as a sign of favor from ancient Hawaiian gods, a belief that appears validated after he exhibits puzzling new abilities. But as time passes, the supposed divine favor begins to drive the family apart. It sounds so good, right? I'm excited. And if you know of more like Native Hawaiian or Pacific Islander authors that you would recommend, please comment them. I'm always looking for more. I feel like for some reason it's hard to find lists online, so let me know. I do also have 2 books from my physical TBR I'm hoping to get to this month. The first one is Masters of Death by Olive Blake. I read her newest release, Gifted and Talented, in March? Yeah, and loved it. It was my first book I've read by her, and this is the other one by her that I have on my shelf, so I'm really excited to get to this. And I also have Wednesday's Child by Yoon Lee, which is a collection of short stories with a gorgeous cover. This is the UK cover. I ordered it just because I liked it a little bit more than the American cover, but I actually have the American cover stocked in my shop. And then if I have time, after all of that, there are also 2 audiobooks that I'm interested in. One is The Disaster Tourist by Yoon Ko-yoon. It's described as an eco-thriller with a fierce feminist sensibility. It engages with the global dialogue around climate activism, dark tourism, and the Me Too movement. I think the main character works for like a travel company that specializes in vacation packages to destinations that have been hit by natural disasters, which sounds very chaotic. It's supposed to be very good. And then the other one that I was looking at is Down in the Sea of Angels by Con Wong. I actually got an ALC for this through Libro FM's bookseller program. And the description for that one says, an intense and thoughtful time-traveling dystopian fantasy where 3 individuals, psychically linked through time, fight enslavement, exploitation, and environmental collapse. A great read for fans of Emily St. John Mandel. Yeah, I feel like I've packed in a lot of genres to this list, which tends to be what I do. I read all of the genres to avoid getting bored with anything. It is a lot of books, so probably unlikely that I'll get through them. I think I'm going to try and start with the ARCs and then prioritize the physical TBR picks after that, and the audiobooks will probably come last. But honestly, considering that I tend to have one of each format of books going at all times, I'll probably touch at least most of these. There are definitely other books I'm interested in reading this month, especially after seeing the movie Sinners and seeing everyone's like recommended book lists after watching that movie. That just like made my TBR explode and blew up my priorities. But I'm gonna try and save those for later in the month once I've gotten through most of these. Yeah, I would love to hear what you're prioritizing for AAPI Heritage Month. Would love to hear any recommendations of books you've already read and enjoyed. Yeah, exciting times. Hope you all have a great reading month. I will be back to share some of my own recommendations of books that I have loved for AAPI Heritage Month, so look out for that video. And yeah, happy reading!